You thought I was dead. Well, guess what? You were wrong. I'm here and I'm alive, bitches. Anyway, to get on with the news of ShePlaysit here, we are going to be covering a couple of things today in this episode. First off, I do want to explain for my leave of absence. I do apologize. I was kind of homeless for about 3 months and having problems with, no internet, no computer, all that other jazz. No biggie, but I don't know. I won't get into it. Anyway, alrighty, well guys, the reason I really wanted to create this video is, first of all, I wanted to kind of cover the new, not expansion, but it's the new patch of Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, which is the game that I'm playing right now. But in order to do that, this patch we are expecting to have, I believe it's coming December 19th. Let's get our pretty unicorn. But yes, December 19th we'll be seeing the patch 2.1 for Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn. And what that patch entails, while I prance around one of my favorite locations of Final Fantasy XIV, we will start with the Duty Roulette, which will be added to the game. Now, the Duty Roulette is basically you will say, hey, I want to do a dungeon, but I don't know which one I want to do. I'm ready to just do any of them. So it will just enter you into a dungeon randomly. Of course, you have to, let the game know that you want to. It'll have the option to do that. And you've got 4 categories that you can choose from. There's like easiest to hardest, depending on your level range, and of course your choice of difficulty. And each day, for each of those categories, you will be rewarded an additional bonus to experience points, company seals, or tombstones. So if you don't know what tombstones are, you haven't really hit level 50 in this game yet, have you? No offense. But anyway, moving on. The next new thing a lot of people are excited for with patch 2.1 is the Crystal Tower. Now, the Crystal Tower is a 24-man raid, but oddly, you can only enter at when it was released with a pre-formed party of 8 people, with the rest being random people that you pick up with the Duty Finder. Now, I've heard that the devs plan on changing this so that you can actually enter with a full party of 24, which a lot of people would be extremely thankful for, because let's face it, a lot of people don't like being thrown in with random people because it can be difficult sometimes. But I mean, as they said, I think that they just didn't have the features readily available, but they didn't want to postpone the patch due to that, so they wanted to make it so that we could have the patch now. So I'm not particularly angry about it. Plus, I don't know if I'm even ready for Crystal Tower at the moment anyway, even though you don't actually have to have coil in order to get into Crystal Tower. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. Well, I could go down this way. I'll just turn around. But sorry. I get so sidetracked so easily with my pretty unicorn prancing in the sunlight. Anyway, moving on, we have the Extreme Mode Primals, which I am officially excited for. People have been looking for a challenge. A lot of people have been saying, oh, this game is way too easy. Well, Extreme Mode Titan is actually rather challenging. Last time I fought Extreme Mode Titan, I was dead for 80% of the fight, but I mean, that also has to do with my internet connection at the time, and my internet's gotten better, but I just haven't had time to try Titan out since then. So hopefully that'll get changed. But with the Extreme Mode Primals, yeah, look at Titan, Garuda, and Ifrit as much harder. They've got a lot more knockbacks, a lot more skills, and Titan's famous move that knocks you off the ring is now a star shape, so good luck dodging that. Just saying. You only have like a little tiny bit of the arena to actually stand on without getting knocked off. Yay! And falling to your death. Alright, then we have the... Oh yeah, well, before I move on with the next one, we are also going to be seeing the Good King Moogamog, which, if you are familiar with Final Fantasy XIV version 1.0, he was one of the quote-unquote primals of the version 1.0, but he is not actually a primal. He's just been considering considered a primal due to his difficulty and the fact that he gives weapons as some of his prizes, you know, the Moogle weapons, which will be nice to actually have to be able to get those weapons again. And they are also, from what I've heard, receiving a boost in their effects. So if you own a Moogle weapon already, it should be improved. I don't know exactly how much or not, so I can't really give you the details on that, but we'll find out. I mean, the patch is only a few days away. Next, we've got the barber shop. I hope you're excited as I am. I'll be able to change my hairstyle and look as fabulous as my unicorn here. Maybe my hair will be just as poofy, but we'll be from the hairstyles that I've seen. There's only a couple new hairstyles that they're adding to the game. Hopefully they'll be adding more, but they haven't actually released any details. There's only just a few. There's the new hairstyles that have become available with the new lightning fate, and there was a couple other new patches as well, or new hairstyles released with the new patch 2.1 details video. If you want to see that, I will link it in the video description below. As well as the barbershop, or hairstyles, excuse me, you not only get the chance to change your hairstyles, but you can also change facial tattoos, facial tattoo colors, and from what I've heard, eye color as well, though I haven't guaranteed that, at least, but I'm pretty sure that that's true. I mean, they wouldn't lie to me. No. Alright, free company housing will be available as well, so I hope you're excited about that. That's one of the biggest things I'm excited for personally, the free housing company. So I hope that you and your free company have been pooling your guild together to save up money, because I have a feeling that this is going to be in the millions range depending on your server's economy. Oh, hello, please don't hit me. It's nice to see you fighting. Very good, good job. Okay, so free company housing will have fully customizable, of course, houses. You'll get couches, benches, bookshelves, beds, all this other crap. And you'll be able to interact with your bed, and if you are feeling like, oh, I've had a long day, you can have your character lay down there and just relax and chill. Unfortunately, you can't use the new doze emote that they are going to be adding for that feature outside of the free company, which is... Their reasoning behind it is one of the most ridiculous reasons I've actually heard in a video game. They said that the reason behind the fact that they won't add the doze emote outside of the free company housing is because they want to lower the chance of inappropriate screenshots. Tell me that is not BS. There are plenty of inappropriate screenshots without them limiting our new emotes. But I'm not even going to get into that. I still love the game, even though they are limiting our screenshot fun. But whatever. Alright, 4-man dungeons are going to be added to the game. New 4-man dungeons. One of them in particular is featuring Siren as the main boss. I am absolutely super excited about this. You do get to fight Siren in the main scenario, but to be able to actually fight her... I want to go this way, the jungle's this way. But to be able to fight her in the dungeon with a group is going to be really exciting, because obviously she's going to be posing a new challenge, and we can look forward to a hard mode version of her in the future. Plus, she's freaking sexy. Alright, so we've got the hard mode dungeons of the current dungeons that are already in the game. We are looking at Copperbell Mines and Hawk Manor. Are going to be looking at not only increased level in monsters, but we are going to be looking at new paths and just a new dungeon floor plan in general. Treasure hunts are going to be available. Those I'm also super excited for, because you will go out with your parties. You can actually locate treasure maps as a Disciple of Land, which makes me happy because they're actually making it so that Disciples of Land in Hand have more of a part in the game. Which all they could do really was level up through fates and through, of course, crafting and gathering, which I didn't think it was particularly fair. Did I say fates? I meant levs. But yeah, the Disciples of Land can locate treasure maps, but you have to be a Disciple of War or Disciple of Magic in order to get the chest, because when you find a chest, it will be guarded by monsters, and of course, you know, if you can't exactly go up to some of the monsters with a pickaxe and be like, hey, you know what? going to take you down. Some people would argue otherwise, but hey, this is Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, after the treasure hunts, one other feature I am excited for is PvP. If you like to have a good challenge, you will be challenged against other players. So, time to put those shiny new gears to the test and find out exactly what your worth is up against other players around the world. What is good about the new Arena, the Wolves' Den, with PvP is that if you enter with a pre-selected group, you will go up against another party that is with a pre-selected group. So if you enter randomly, you will go up against randoms. You will not go up against a pre-selected group if you enter randomly. So it makes it a little bit easier. You won't feel as intimidated if you enter and you're like, well, these people aren't communicating with me. Well, if it's any consolation, the other team's probably having just as much trouble. So, alright, Beastman Quest. Oh, now that's a good one. 2.1 is expecting Beastman's Quest. So these guys will be giving out quests, and some of them are pretty interesting. There was a couple in the video where you are actually on a mount. There's 2 new mounts, but I believe they're only quest oriented, such as the Gubu with the flowers on his head, who had to sneeze away something off of these flowers. It was kind of weird. Then there was releasing the little sylphs, which are these little plant people, if you're not familiar with the game. And there was riding on a drake as well, which is also pretty cool. Alright, so I think there's only 2 more things in 2.1 that we can be expecting. The first of which is Hildebrand will be making his grand return. If you don't know who Hildebrand is, I apologize, but Hildebrand is a detective, basically. You could think of him as kind of like a mixture between Team Rocket and what was that guy in Harry Potter? Lockhart? Something? I don't know. He was the one that made up stories about himself being an amazing hero, but he wasn't. And Harry Potter actually ended up finding that out about him. But anyway, yes. Hildebrand and his lovely Mikote assistant will be making a return in 2.1 with all shiny teeth included. And the last part of 2.1 that we shall be seeing is, of course, the expanded story. So we're going to be seeing a lot more story, but don't expect a huge patch. We will be expecting a huge lump of story in patch 2.2, but that's pretty much the only amount of details that I got for that patch. So, anyway, to recap really quick, Hildebrand, story, duty roulette, Crystal Tower 24-man raids, extreme mode primals, new King Moogalmog, free company housing, a barber shop, 4-man dungeons with Siren, hard mode dungeons of Copperbell Mines and Hawk Manor, treasure hunts, PvP, Beastman Quest, and I believe I already said the King Moogalmog. So yeah, you can expect a lot to be coming in patch 2.1. I hope you're as excited as I am and as excited as my free company. And you guys have a wonderful day. It was great talking with you again, and it was great creating another video. So yeah. Woo! I'm going to continue to prance off on my little unicorn here.